So definitely the last 3 or 4 days have not been particularly pleasant to be in crypto, right? We've had major, major dramatic moves down. We're going to talk about that, but we're really going to talk about the fact that the XRP Bollinger Bands, and we're not going to dig into a lot of technical analysis here. You guys know I don't do a lot of that on my channel, but they are starting to tighten again on the 12-hour chart, and that is hinting at a 490% rally to $13. So we're going to dig into this and talk about, is this something that really could be true and around the corner? We'll come back to that here in just a minute. But looking at the overall crypto market, look, I want to give you this. I want to kind of set the stage here. Okay. So this number, the crypto market capitalization, let's see, was right here. I have it in a different window. There we go. So the entire crypto market capitalization is a $3,335 billion market cap. To get that in perspective, just a few days ago, we were at a $3,770 billion market cap. In the last 48 hours or so, we lost $520 billion in market capitalization. Now, we've gained some of that back. We've gained about 100 or more billion dollars of market cap, which to me is that, okay, we've bounced back, and you can see it kind of here on the chart, how we've kind of bounced back a little bit. You see that kind of moving back up. But with that, again, it's been a rough ride, right? Now, the crypto market just turned red as of the recording of this video. Is actually a little bit positive earlier. It was like this number was up 0.23. So now we're down 0.53. Okay, so let's take a look at XRP. XRP is down 0.23 or 0.61. It's moving a little bit, but $2.23. And on the 7-day, losing about 6.5%. Not a really bad move down for XRP. XRP actually held up very, very well in light of this $520 billion market reduction, crypto market reduction, and again, in the last, 48 to 72 hours, right? And now here's a different chart of it. You can kind of see XRP. Now, again, this will take us back to some good times when from November to December, we went up 400+%. By the way, that is my software giving you those buy and sells. If you're interested, links in the description below, down there on exits above. If you want to get the software, because it's going to tell you the perfect time to buy and sell and lock in those profits, like right here, 420%. Now, to give you some perspective, if we kind of zoom in on right here on this latest move right here, we saw XRP right there on that move down, from about there to there. We're down as much as 25%. You can see where those two candles wick down. We've since come back from that, and we've pared back about 10% of that loss. So we're only down about 15% in the last 4 days on that look, right? And so that's kind of the point of the story is, you got to kind of look backwards, go, where are we at? And then now let's look forward. Okay, now let's switch back over to what we were talking about, the fact that there's a tightening again on the Bollinger Bands, which is indicating from a technical analysis perspective that we could be hinting at a 490% rally to $13. I'm going to remind you what we have coming in January. New SEC chairman, Paul Atkins, pro-crypto. Trump taking office on January 20th. By the way, those happen on the exact same day. We have a crypto czar that's being appointed to the White House staff to advise on all things crypto. We have Elon Musk and Vivek doing their thing with DOGE, DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiencies. Yes, so none of these things have a direct corollary to XRP, but these are overall macro market condition makers that are going to bring change. And I think from a positive standpoint. Also, if you look at this gives you a really telling look at what's going on right here. So this is Bitcoin on an annualized and monthly basis, looking back all the way to 2013. And this does drive to XRP as well, because this drives to overall market perception and reality. If you look at 2024, we're only up 1% on December for Bitcoin. We were up about 11%. 10% of Bitcoin's gains have been wiped out in the last 3 or 4 days. But if you look back in 2020, we were up 46%. You look back at 2016, we were up 30%. Why are those 2 years relative? Those are Bitcoin halving years. So December right now is looking pretty weak as far as a Bitcoin rally so far month to date, as well as looking for the remainder, I think, of this month. I think, again, January setting up to be, we got to get past all of this. Now, why did all this happen and what happened? Again, I'm sure you know right now what capitulated and kind of moved everything down was the Federal Reserve at their FOMC meeting on Wednesday, making the announcement that there's no longer going to be 4 rate cuts in 2025. There's only going to be 2. And it created a tremendous amount of uncertainty and risk assessment and people's perceptions of like the sky is falling and all this stuff. I think the crypto market overreacted to that, hence that $520 billion market going away. I think we're stabilizing. It looks a little bit like right now. But again, I'm looking towards January because I just don't see a lot happening for the remainder of December. We might have a little bit of a Santa rally. We sometimes get that. But Bitcoin's off and crypto's off. You can tell there's just been kind of these destabilization factors coming into play, with the Federal Reserve, the FOMC, all this kind of stuff. And it's been off. And if you look at it like I do every day, you start to get a feel for crypto. You start to get a feel for kind of where it's obviously where it's been, where it's at right now, and kind of where it's going to go. Which I think is that last part where it's going to go in January, rather. Excuse me. I think we're setting up for a really, really nice rally to begin there. And again, back to what we were talking about right here, the XRP Bollinger Bands coming in at hitting at a 490% rally. Fine, cut it in half. Let's rally to $7 or $8. That's still going to be way higher than we've ever been historically, ever, right? And that's kind of how I always take these things, these looks forward. But I think if you look at the technical side and then you match it and marry it to those conditions I told you about, SEC new chair, could there a possibility that the Ripple SEC lawsuit go away? There's been nothing said about that. Trump taking office, the positive momentum we're going to get from that. Wall Street bounced back pretty easily from the Federal Reserve bad news that we got on Wednesday, which again, if we have a major, major sell-off, which we did right after that Wednesday, I was like Dow was down 1,000 points or 1,100 points. If we have a lot of uncertainty on the Wall Street side, it bleeds over into crypto, right? When we have uncertainty in crypto, it doesn't really bleed over into Wall Street, but they do impact us. So just again, remember. So the technical setup is showing per the Bollinger Bands indicator that we are looking at at some significant opportunity here, right? So you can pause the video if you want to read this through this, everything step by step. I don't want to read it for you. I want to keep this video kind of short. I'm already running a little bit long, but it's looking pretty good. Okay, it's looking like that could be something that's around the corner. And I think if you look back again in that January timeframe where everything's at, I think it looks really, really, really good. Okay, so thanks for giving me a few minutes. I appreciate you. And as always, look, there's always going to be volatility in crypto, right? And that's one thing that I think attracts a lot of us to it. I love the volatility. I love the up and the down. It's way more exciting to me than stocks. And I've been investing in stocks for 30 plus years. See all the gray hair, right? I love crypto. I love the new of it every single day. I like the volatility. I like the roller coaster. You've got to be okay with the roller coaster ride, owning XRP or Shiba Inu or Bitcoin or Dogecoin or Cardano or whatever, right? You've got to be okay with the volatility because it's not unheard of us for have a 20% move up or down on any given day. And that's just like a Tuesday for us, right? In the stock market, that's a big thing. You just don't see as big of a swings in that market. And that's what, at the end of the day, you've got to be okay with that. You've got to know that that's part of the ecosystem that is crypto that you're in, and just be okay with it. So I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.